What you're seeing right now is not a scene from a Hollywood blockbuster or a high-budget CGI render, but 50 fully autonomous humanoid robots performing synchronized kung fu at the historic Temple of Heaven in Beijing. While the global conversation has been dominated by digital AI chatbots, China's Unitree Robotics has quietly demonstrated that the physical AI revolution is no longer a distant concept, but a factory-ready reality. These machines did not just perform for a crowd of tourists. They were showcased for the German Chancellor Friedrich Merz as a clear signal that the age of the humanoid has arrived and is being scaled at a pace the West is struggling to match. This event marks a pivot point where robotics moves from experimental prototypes to mass-produced consumer products. The spectacle at the Temple of Heaven featured 49 Unitree G1 robots, frequently referred to as the WuBot or Kung Fu Bot. Clad in festive red, these machines performed a series of coordinated punches, high-difficulty kicks, and 3-meter aerial flips that would challenge a human athlete. This was not a pre-programmed dance where each robot followed a rigid script. Unitree confirmed that these units were utilizing a cluster cooperative rapid scheduling system. This means a central AI was distributing movement trajectories in real time, while each individual robot used its onboard 3D lidar and depth cameras to scan the terrain and maintain its own balance. If a single robot encountered a slick patch on the stone floor, the system would instantly recalculate its position to keep the formation perfect. This is a practical application of swarm intelligence applied to human-shaped machines. To appreciate the magnitude of this leap, we must look back only 12 months to the 2025 Spring Festival. At that time, Chinese humanoid prototypes were often viewed as clunky and hesitant. They struggled with basic locomotion and appeared years behind the fluid movements seen in research labs like Boston Dynamics. However, the evolution seen in early 2026 is staggering. The G1 has transitioned from basic walking to mastering complex martial arts routines, including drunken boxing and the use of nunchaku. The secret behind this rapid improvement is a process called sim-to-real reinforcement learning. By using high-performance simulators like Nvidia Isaac, Unitree can train these robots in a virtual environment millions of times before they ever touch a physical floor. They learn to fight, dance, and recover from external forces in a digital twin world where time is compressed. When the software reaches a level of mastery, it is beamed into the physical hardware, allowing the company to iterate 100 times faster than traditional mechanical engineering would allow. The geopolitical timing of this demonstration was calculated for maximum impact. The show occurred during a visit by German Chancellor Friedrich Merz to the Unitree headquarters in Hangzhou. The optics were undeniable. The leader of Europe's primary industrial power, accompanied by the chief executives of major automotive firms like Volkswagen and BMW, watched as robots performed calligraphy and martial arts. This has been described by some analysts as a modern Sputnik moment for European industry. While Western manufacturers are currently grappling with software integration and supply chain hurdles, China is showcasing embodied AI capable of performing complex manual labor. Reports indicate that while the German delegation was impressed, there was an underlying tension regarding the trade imbalance. China is no longer just the world's factory for simple components. It is now producing the most sophisticated autonomous machines on the planet. Perhaps the most disruptive element of this story is the price tag. Unitree has set the starting price for the G1 at $16,000. For the cost of a used economy car, a buyer can now own a humanoid robot featuring 43 degrees of freedom and 120 Newton-meters of torque in its joints. This pricing strategy moves the humanoid robot out of the realm of multi-million-dollar research projects and into the category of consumer electronics. Unitree CEO Wang Xingxing has confirmed that the company aims to ship between 10,000 and 20,000 units within the next year. To put that volume into perspective, most competing humanoid platforms are still in internal testing or limited pilot programs. If Unitree hits its production targets, it will have more humanoids deployed in the real world than the rest of the global robotics industry combined. They are already moving these units into international research labs and even discount retail environments in parts of Asia. The question remains whether this is merely high-level entertainment or a preparation for something more significant. Experts suggest that when a robot masters the balance and coordination required for kung fu, it has already acquired the foundation for industrial security and defense applications. The same movements that allow a robot to perform a backflip in a red shirt are the same movements required to navigate a collapsed building, a complex construction site, or a hazardous manufacturing floor. China has officially designated 2026 as the first year of large-scale commercialization for the robotics sector. They possess the integrated supply chain, the massive datasets required for training, and now the proven hardware to lead the market. We are witnessing the transition of AI from behind a screen into the physical world, where it can move, interact, and work alongside humans. The era of the humanoid has moved from the laboratory to the assembly line, and the world is about to find out what happens when high-level intelligence meets mass production. Thanks for watching.